I've always had a love of that line work, you know, of that kind of, well, I often describe it as sort of the magic that happens when you take a few simple lines and you create this sort of three-dimensional space and form, you know. And so for me, that's kind of what keeps me going in a way, is that I never seem to tire of that act of creating that kind of magic and doing it over and over again, and sort of trying to change it or make it different or make it better, or, you know, using some different kind of texture or some other way to describe these shapes, you know. This is sort of like just what comes out of me naturally, and it's sort of, you know, what's inside of my brain. My name is Dean Veca. I'm an artist, and I've been an artist for my whole life, since I was in second grade. I have a new show opening called Everlast at Western Project in Culver City. It's called Everlast because one of the images that I use in the show is the logo for Everlast. But I'm using a lot of different logos in the show, sort of using logos and text as kind of subject matter, and just sort of as a found composition within which to improvise. Signs, street signs that sort of present themselves as being just like a perfect marriage of composition and subject matter. Like when I saw this sign at a liquor store in Pasadena, it just jumped out at me, just the shape of the letter forms and the negative space that you find in between the letters, which sort of attracts me as something, you know, that I feel compelled to somehow define and articulate that space, and then make the letters sort of like, you know, sort of disappear and become like into this atmospheric background. That's what comes naturally to me. Like, I'm really more of a draftsman than anything as far as, you know, the actual making of the work. And the color is something that I really have to work at, but the black and white is sort of really just, yeah, flows. When I was in the second grade, I remember being in class and doing a drawing or copying something, and the other kids coming around and saying, "Oh, you're a good artist," you know, and that made me feel really good. It was like, oh, really? Because, you know, I was a pretty shy kid, and it was like, oh, that's cool. I guess I'll keep doing this, you know, because they seem to like it, you know. And then my parents were super supportive. My dad, he made it clear to me and my brother that we should pursue whatever we wanted to do and not worry about the money or any of that stuff, security. You know, it's one of those things that it's never been about like, well, if I don't make it by the time I'm 40, I'm gonna quit or whatever, you know. It's like, this is what I do, this is who I am, and I'll always do it, you know, no matter what. Doing my work is just kind of like, I feel like it's just who I am, it's what I do. And I don't have necessarily like a real goal to be attained by that, except just to keep doing it.
It's day 3, Wednesday, and right now we're working on finishing up shadows and shading. The blue's almost done. I think